Well, my name is Victoria Stensø. I'm the co-founder and managing director of Innovation Lab Middle East. And this is my colleague.
I am Louise. I am the creative lead of Innovation Lab, the oldest Scandinavian think tank in Denmark, based in Denmark. We're co-founded by a very tech-heavy guy in Scandinavia, the guy that brought to Denmark the very first two PCs in the 80s and sent the first email. I don't know if we should be happy or sad about that. And later on helped commercialize the internet throughout Denmark. So we've got some pretty heavy technology roots, but we've come to look at digitalization as the largest change for us in this generation. So how do we thrive and how do we keep ourselves relevant in the digital age?
We thought Dubai was an extremely interesting place in terms of what's happening in the world right now. In terms of innovation, just to see all the things that they've been able to build up the last 30 years is really interesting for us in terms of working within the field of innovation. So that was like one of the reasons why we really wanted to establish in this region.
Well, one of the things that we're down here to talk about is the neurosciences of happiness. Like being in this huge transition with the digitalization, like we've never seen so huge challenges before for our businesses to thrive and strive and be strong and competitive in this new landscape. So what does it take? What is the fundament for us to be creative and innovative? It turns out that when we focus on people, when we focus on our well-being, on our happiness, and the fact that we see a purpose in what we do, our bottom line for the companies can really have huge advantages. We have a collaboration with a Stanford University professor, and we go a lot back and forth to Silicon Valley because we see that the world's most innovative companies, the ones that are really propelling forward and setting the digital agenda, they start focusing way more on shaping the right culture because they know that when you've got the fundament set, then the success will follow. So it's not the other way around. You can't really pursue a goal and then celebrate and then start to cultivate and build your culture. But when you focus on the fundament for creativity and innovation being developing people, then you can really advance.
Also inside our company, we have different types of departments. So we have Louise, who works more within neuroscience and happiness and new ways of working. But we also have people who is within work within diversity. We have some people who is the geeks who actually sits and develop like platforms and mobile applications and these things. And we have a visual team who makes animation movies. So basically, like we do everything in a company that our slogan is we help them stay relevant. So more or less, how can your company survive the next 10 or 20 years? So in terms of working with business models and yeah.
If you want your employees to be better off, to be more creative, to be more productive, to be more resilient, to be better to handle with stress, then you should definitely be interested because we will be talking about the mechanics, the human mechanics that you can work with. It turns out that your happiness, you've got 40% that you are in charge of. So 40% of your happiness, and we will talk about the science behind this, you can actually start to develop and to cultivate when you've got the right tools and methods. So if you want to build a more creative team, a team that is stronger and that scientifically has been shown again and again that will outperform less happy employees by selling for 37% more, by being 3 times as creative and having 180% more energy, then you should be interested in coming.
My creative science brain has been very good. When we first decided to set up the company in Dubai, I was kind of overwhelmed by all the different business setups that was in this region, because it was quite different than from Scandinavia, where we first set up the company. So I was recommended to talk to Creative Zone, and I met a friendly gentleman who presented all the different business setup that would fit our needs. So for me, that was an extremely easy process. So I'm really pleased with going through Creative Zone.